Whew, it's time.
Ooh, look at that.
Dragon's Lair.
So look at this. This is 20th anniversary. Does it flip you out when...
Wait a minute, 20th.
I know.
What was that, like 2004 something?
Yeah, something like that. No. 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 Of
Was it like early 80s? 83, 84?
Oh, you're right. It was 2002. Is that what it says?
Oh wow, 82 it came out?
It's so teeny tiny. Why is it gotta be so teeny tiny?
Pete is here.
Peter.
Blake Snow's here.
And we got lots of people here.
Joey Vibes.
There you go.
Nice little avatar there. That's awesome. Look, the Wizard
that is most awesome.
Back from the Dead's here. Lance Jennings.
Lance. Junebug.
My mom's here.
Kurt's here.
Kurt Bradshaw. Savitor.
And Brian.
Brian's here. Brian Figueroa Gaming. Welcome.
Figueroa.
What's the first post on your list? GoGameGo? You mean the first comment?
that was
this one right here.
Is that it? No, it's the one before that.
That one?
I thought, on mine, it's Blake.
That's weird. On mine, it's Pete. Like, this is the first post, and then this is the second.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
No, this is my first post. And then that.
Huh. Pete's?
That's weird.
That is weird, because even on the pop-out chat from actual YouTube, it shows Pete, then Blake.
That's freaking weird.
I don't know what to say. It's a GoGameGo controversy right here. Who was first?
So who are you going to believe, me or Jeff? That's the question. I don't know. Who's just making this crap up?
You remember Romper Room when they did those
doobies?
They had the thing on their feet. It was like, I don't know, cups or something with strings attached, and you'd stand on them and walk.
Yes. God, I forgot about that until you said it. That light's too damn bright. Yeah.
Blake says he's first.
He was.
Oh, you know what? Let's do a poll. Who was first? People can look at their own they can look at their own YouTube page and see who was first.
Yeah.
Pete?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I think it's weird that we have two different ones.
That's what's so strange.
All right, there we go. There's a poll up. Who was first? So everyone look at your own live chat and see who was the first person to post.
Yeah. Because I got a time signature.
Oh,
I got a time signature of 447 for Blake.
444 for Blake.
447. And then Pete, I have a 538.
That's what I have, 530. I don't even have the one for Blake earlier. Yeah. I think what happens is sometimes when you go too early, it gets chopped off.
But not on mine.
That's so strange.
That is strange.
So it looks like it's showing up for Pete for most people. God, that's weird.
So, okay, so what's happening on the poll so far?
Pete is 78%. Blake is 22%. Wow. But now we got some more controversy because my wife accidentally pressed Blake, but hers shows Papa Pete. We can't even do a poll right. Blake was 10 hours early. See, that's the problem. I know I've seen that too, where I've seen people post really early, and then when showtime comes on my end, it's usually just gone. I don't know why.
Oh my God.
Oh, and now Pete confesses he's lying about the whole thing. Come on, Pete.
Pete's never gonna Well, Pete does work for the government. I was going to say he'll never work for the government.
I think only saves the comments after the 30-minute warning. I think you're right, Salvatore.
Oh,
controversy starting.
Well, yeah, but still, that puts Pete out. I mean, because his is 5:38.
Yep.
Of course, that's his time, but it is our time.
Wait, if it's 5:38 Pete's time, then he wins. It was 3:38.
I smell a hint of Pirates of Penzance.
Have you ever been in like a tall building, looking out a window and watching people just walk around and do stuff?
Sure. Like, remember,
this happened to me yesterday, and my mom was there. We were both watching this. So this guy is walking. He's a really old guy with a cane.
Okay.
And he's barely moving, and he's trying to walk to the handicap aisle. There's all these cars for handicap parking.
Sure.
And so he's barely moving. I said, "Guys, like watching a turtle cross the road." He was just crawling. And then it was like, you know what it was? It was like the old guy, Tim Conway, the old guy on Carol Burnett. So he's working his way. He finally crosses over the little street, and he's starting to walk to this white car. I was like, "Is that his car?" And then all of a sudden, he does a slight turn, and he goes past that to the next car. Like, okay, this is his car. So he walks up to the driver's side. He opens the door, and he's standing there with his cane, just staring into the car. And I would say it was like 30 seconds.
How high up are you?
5 floors.
Okay.
So we can see this whole thing. It's a great vantage point. So he's just sitting there staring at the car like, what is he doing?
So the window was like a big television.
Basically, yeah. And then he backs away and closes the door. And he walks towards the back of the car. Yeah. And he walks right past the car. He's going further down. Like, what is going on? Why did he leave his car? Where's he going? Because there's only a few cars left, and then there's another street. It's like, is he okay? So then he walks down a few more cars, and then he turns again to another car, completely different car, walks up to it, opens the door.
Shut up.
Looks in, and then he gets in the car, and then he drives away. So he had to have somehow, he got the cars confused. They were kind of similar, but they were like, one was like gray and one was like a olive color.
How the hell did he get into it?
All we can figure is that he picked the one car that probably didn't have the doors locked, and he just opened it right up.
What are the freaking odds?
Because I don't know. I think pretty much everyone probably locks their doors today. I mean, like when we were kids, I don't know if we really even locked the doors, to be honest.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, I always lock doors.
I think we did sometimes. I don't know if we did all the times, but now it's like, as soon as you get out, it's like beep, beep.
Yeah, right. I mean, and like even we went somewhere to eat the other day, and even Logan double checked that he locked the doors. You know, you had that moment. And I always say that's when people ask you about your keys, right? Is after clunk, there goes your door. Hey, you got your keys? You know, a better time to ask me that's like 5 seconds ago before I shut the door. Were you just waiting for me to shut the door? Ka-chunk. Got your keys? Got a clue?
Now, when you go to lock your doors with a little key fob thing, do you ever wait a second? Because like if someone's like going right towards your car, they're not, going into it, they're walking past it. Would you still beep it right? You just lock it right there, right in front of them? Almost like, I don't trust you, guy, so I'm going to lock it. Right
I've been there before. Hell
or do you
yeah.
wait a second, let them pass and say, okay, now I'll lock it.
Hey, if they feel that guilty, that's on them. I'm just,
Papa Pete versus Damn Ass Aquarium. It's a toss-up. One has to go.
But no, I do. You ever sit and stay somewhere and you lock your door while you're sitting there?
I do, because if you're not paying attention or if you fall asleep, someone might just come right in there and punch you in the head and pull you out. So I lock my door.
Yep.
I don't take any chances now.
I don't either.
Turtle
I don't
Man.
want to give anybody any. It's like when I used to tell my son, I'm like, don't take that toy to school because somebody, if you don't put the temptation there, people won't act on it.
That's right.
So I'm like, I'm locking this freaking door while I'm sitting here, especially if I'm sitting there counting. If I just stopped at the bank or something or whatever, you got to count the money real quick. And
do you remember this episode of Night Court, the old one, where it was one of those great episodes where they had to get like through 200 cases in one night, so they were going as fast as possible. And the last case always throws them for a loop. And this one was a Turtle Man. This guy was just like I was describing. He was really slow walking.
Yes.
He finally gets there, and then he talks really slow.
Oh.
And then he like goes to pull out a card to explain his condition, and he realizes it's not the right card. So then he slowly pulls it back.
Crap.
That was a classic.
I wonder if that was their inspiration. Something like that was the inspiration for the sloth in Zootopia. we saw the preview for that movie, and we're sitting at that moment, and I'm like watching. You got the fox and the rabbit are there with the sloth, and then it's like, and it had all this slowness, and I go, and I just nudged my daughter. I go, "That's me and you." Just, I'd be standing there going, "Oh, this is driving her nuts."
Pete said he's almost gotten the wrong car a couple of times in the last few months.
Okay.
When we got our new car, like a used car, it was that happened to me because I don't know, it's just kind of a generic looking car, and there's so many other cars look like I've gone up several times, and it's like pulled the handle and nothing. I was like, what? And I was like, oh no, it's the whole wrong car. So now I usually, when I go up to the car, I usually start looking in the windows like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of crap in there. That's mine.
That's mine. Why is your vehicle such a mess? So I know it's mine.
Yeah.
It makes it faster. So quick to know. Well, now here's the one for you then. Should I have no fear and drop an F-bomb here? I haven't done that in a while. But in order to tell the story correctly, we just got a new vehicle not long ago. We pull in, and it's kind of a regular color. And then, so we pull into a spot kind of away from everybody. And then we go into the store, and we come out of the store, and I look across the parking lot, and the doors have a dent across them. And I'm like, you are fucking kidding me. And Christine goes, honey, that's not our car. Oh my God. I thought for sure somebody had backed out across the doors and took off. And so then I look, and like 3 stalls down is our vehicle. But I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh,
rats.
Oh, see, because that all takes me back to when my car got hit and the person took off. And what did they say to the cop later? Well, I was going to come back. I had to go get toilet paper at Kmart. Okay. That's the worst excuse to give a cop. So, but you still ran. I don't think you understand what hit and run is. It's not hit and go to the store, get toilet paper, and come back.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
You ran. you ran to get. I don't care why you ran. You ran to get toilet paper. I get that, but you know.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen these new rules on Facebook as far as cursing.
Oh my gosh, 7 seconds of the video. So if I were to drop F-bombs for over 7 seconds, then that would be it.
Within reason. They said you can't do it over like the majority of your video. That's so vague. I don't know what that even means.
Yeah, what does that mean? It's kind of like the law here about no smoking in places that serve food. Some places do it and some people don't.
See, Pete's gonna have to clean up his act over there on his channel. He can't be cursing all the time.
Well, see, I look at it like Bart Simpson in the back of the car after they went to church, and he said hell, and then he goes, well, they said it at church. So I was merely telling a story. So
sure, people are drilling into keyholes now.
Well, that's been a thing. I mean, for a long time. I mean, you know, we've seen movies where people bust into safes because they drill into the keyhole.
Heck, around town, there's been a thing, people stealing cars at gas stations. Someone gets out of their car, don't lock the door, maybe they even left it open, they go fill up, and some guy just rushes them, hops in their car, and boo, takes off.
Who does that?
It's crazy.
I mean, what? I mean, is a Slim Jim that important that you're going to run inside while your car is open and fueling? Well,
Yeah.
thanks. You just gave me a free ride to wherever. Yeah.
Oh, I already showed that one. Hey, Roger Matthews, how you doing?
Hey, all right. Gosh, I love that picture.
Yeah, I watched the official YouTube video of what's okay, and it's so funny. This guy's just really calmly just saying different curse words. It's just so funny listening to him.
You mean in the rules?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, we got to record
saying all
that.
the words. I was thinking, why? I wonder if he got demonetized for that. He's breaking his own rules.
Oh. Oh shoot. I was thinking I was showing this Dragon's Lair because I would like to go up against what Chuck was doing the other week and play through those. So
yeah, I've always been terrible at those games.
I beat the first one finally, and then I just haven't moved on yet. So I need to get back into the first one and do that all the way. Yeah, this was the buy that I found up in Wisconsin. We used to go to Wisconsin and see how it's got the I love the side label where it
those are DVDs. Okay.
Yes. The unfortunate part is they should have put this one over. They should have started it across that way because otherwise you got Space Ace first. And then I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. Nonetheless. But we used to go to Wisconsin for a vacation, and I'd always drive over to Madison and check out the used CD shops and used I guess they would have some used videos, but mainly CDs is what I was looking for. And sure enough, at one of the places they had this box set, and I picked it up. I was freaked out. I'm like, that's great. So looking forward to getting back into that and finishing the other ones.
And it's something you can actually play on a DVD player.
Yes. You know, the gas station thing reminds me also that you remember when people were not stealing cars necessarily, but what they would do is while a person was filling up on one side of the car, they'd get into their passenger side and take crap out.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because people just leave their cars open and, you know, not paying attention or whatever, and then they just slip over and grab stuff out of their car.
Yeah, I had a person once. I was at a gas station and they said, what was it? I can't remember what the deal was. Maybe the passenger seat was stuck or something. They couldn't help me. Could you help me out? And I'm thinking, oh man, do I do this? Because basically you're going to be bent over kind of in the car. And is this when someone hits me in the head and they push me in? Is this it? Am I going to be killed here? I'm thinking all this stuff, and the person just wanted me to help, and I did it, and nothing happened, of course.
Right.
But it is kind of sometimes you feel like you're being set up. Like,
well, I know. Well, because there's so many people doing that crap, you know, like, all right. I really probably shouldn't say anything. I don't know the situations of others. I don't know why they do what they do. I don't get it. All I know is we see it all the time now at exit ramps and all this stuff. These people with children sitting out at the exit. asking for money. And and all I know is that there's a fargan mess of crap all over.
When we used to go to Tulsa a lot, because when Nathan went to school there, we went to the local Target, and there was a guy there playing a guitar, with a little thing set up saying, I can't remember, maybe it was a former vet, and his family, they're homeless, and so he's playing this guitar the whole time. I saw him a couple times in Tulsa, and then about I don't know, 6 months ago, I went to the Target here in town,
and you saw his CD,
and I saw him again. He was here in St. Louis playing his guitar, same setup, same sign, everything. I was like,
so he was on tour, is what you're saying?
I was like, what is going on? It's like,
he's on tour, dude.
I guess he does. Never trust gas station hot dogs. Lance are pretty good.
Lance, I don't. I've thought about stopping in at a QT and getting them, and I never do. It seems way too processed, I guess.
What about Sam's?
Roger said it wouldn't last one night in jail. Silence of the Jets.
What was that in reference to? I don't even remember.
It puts the lotion on their skin. Silence. Because in the beginning of Silence of the Lambs, he asked the girl to help out. They're playing American Girl in the beginning of the movie. And he says, "Can you help me out with something?" "What's up, Casey?" And then that's when he has he couldn't move a couch by himself because he had a cast on. And of course, that was a ruse, and he smacked her with it.
Oh,
knocked her out, put her in the van.
I've seen that movie, and I didn't remember. Casey's been taking a stroll down memory lane here. He's been commenting on some of really old videos, like a year or two ago.
Oh, really? Funny. How did I miss that? You remember that's where that sales guy, because it was Silence of the Lambs. How freaking weird is this? Silence of the Lambs was the movie that we went to go see one of the years we went up on vacation in Wisconsin. And that sales guy, Jeff, that we used to work with, remember that guy?
Oh, yeah.
He's the one that came over to the desk that time. He goes, "Oh, man, I saw Silence of the Lambs." I'm like, "Don't tell me anything. I don't want to know." "Oh, there's this one part." I'm like, "Don't tell me." And, "Oh, well, it doesn't give anything away." I'm like, "Whatever, dude." That's when he goes, "Oh, man." Then he cuts his face off. Mike, never trust gas station sushi. No, Jerry.
Definitely agree with that. That's,
yeah. Oh. I don't trust sushi anyway. I mean, I just don't like it.
Oh, I like it.
I wish I did. Looks good.
Oh, yeah. I didn't insult him. I was lightening the mood.
I was lightening the mood.
All right, so I was taking Nathan back to school. I don't even know where we were at. Middle Missouri or Oklahoma. I don't know where we were, but we're in there. And we're in a gas station. This guy comes in, and he's kind of in a panic. He's asking if we can use our phone.
Oh, yeah.
He said his car was just stolen right out front. And so he's all upset. And he was just saying, he goes, "I just went in briefly, and I came back out and it was gone." So he was all upset. And he was describing his car, and he said on the back window, he goes, I had a sticker of Incredible Hulk and Goku from Dragon Ball.
Sure.
And so then I said,
"What's your favorite Dragon Ball episode?"
So I said, I'm surprised they even mess with you, seeing that you had the Hulk and the Goku sticker on there. And he didn't think that was funny at all.
Wait, you like Dragon Ball Z? Awesome. Look, to take the edge off, let's talk about your favorite episodes.
Yeah, so and then my son, of course, he's like, "Wow, why'd you say that to him? That was so embarrassing."
What?
I don't know. I thought it was funny. I was just trying to lighten the mood a little bit. I mean, the guy's got his car stolen. He's the one that told me he had the stickers of those guys on his car. I don't know why he was telling me that.
Yeah, what do I look like, a cop? I'm not a cop. Call a cop and tell him that.
Maybe I was still drunk. I wasn't drunk the first time.
See if the cop looks at him and says the same thing you did.
Yeah, see, Pete's right. Gas station hot dogs are great. Delicious going in, and expeditious going out. Yeah, they come out quickly. Don't want to eat one too far from home.
And don't stand too close to the toilet when it's coming.
Oh, Casey's been doing these remote control car races.
Wow, really?
Yeah, because he was showing me it, and it was like, you build your own car, and it's got the motor. It's basically, I told him, I said, it kind of looks like an adult version of Pinewood Derby.
Sure, it is.
Where you build your own car, but you actually have engines in there.
Yep.
Wow, it looks so cool.
It was probably just a deer. Hey, Punky. Hey, Punky, come here. Everybody wants to say hi. Come here. Oh, come here. He's camera shy. Say hi, Punky.
Oh, kitty cat.
Ooh, that's it.
Your hair's on top of his back. It looks like he's got this mane flowing. Now he's got a cat toupee.
We share. It's like Wayne's World. I do that with my cat, like Garth did with his dog. There you go. Now you got long hair. What do you think of that? He's like, I think you ought to put me down.
What movie is this quote from?
What's that?
What movie is this quote from?
Oh, you ought to think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior. Oh. You ruined The Sixth Sense for me. Saw it back in the day at the theater. I full on kicked a friend out of my parked car because he wouldn't stop.
Was the car still moving? That's the big question. Wait, that's right. Wait, Salvatore, that's right. You're in Oregon, is that right? Is that where they I thought they changed the law. I thought they could let people pump their own gas there now.
Wow, you couldn't pump your own gas by law?
Yeah, they had to have, I think, attendants do it.
Look at that. Salvatore is just a T away from Savior.
Wow.
Which is in a cross form. Whoa. That's trippy.
I kind of like this.
Should have won 2 of them.
Calling Lance Glance.
Glance.
Does Lance have like the best name ever? Lance Jennings.
Lance.
It's
like
one reporter. How's it going?
Lance Jennings, News 25. Oh, especially with the cheese and chili. I just had some chili mac tonight.
Ooh.
I had some chili in the freezer. Yeah, Morris the cat. He's still sitting down here.
Whatever happened to Morris? How come
what
was it? 9 Lives? Was that the name of
it? 9 Lives in different homes, too.
Does that even still exist?
The cat food?
Yeah, 9 Lives. I don't even know.
I don't know, but I'm trying to. I've been fighting talking to you about cat food because I can't find my cat food anywhere. Because you guys make it.
Oh, it's a quote from Major League.
Oh yeah. Because you said it to the guy who did the voodoo stuff, right?
New Jersey and Oregon. So New Jersey doesn't let you pump your own gas either?
Wow.
You guys are missing out on all the fun.
So what? So they have like gas station attendants that come out and do it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Like the 70s, I guess.
I was going to say, yeah. Like Back to the Future.
Remember you go in and you'd hit that little hose and it would go ding,
yes!
ding. The guy would come running out.
Yeah, ding, ding.
I don't know. I don't really mind pumping my own gas, to be honest. I can get in and out quicker.
Well, although yeah, it's kind of nice.
I do hate it though when it's like 20 degrees.
Well, but do they so that you just hand them your card and they put the card in? You got to put how do you pay?
Yeah, I guess so.
Huh.
I guess back then we mainly just handed them cash.
Yeah, it was cash. Yeah, or a credit card They take it in and do the ching thing. You know, because you got to make that sound when you do it. Ching.
Salvatore, I thought Oregon changed the laws though a few years ago. Did that not pass? Or maybe they're voting on it. Oh, wait a minute. Kits and parts for what? The little cars?
Oh, for the remote?
That would be fun to do, wouldn't it?
Well, I had a friend of mine that got into it for a while. He had a few different kinds of vehicles. It seems to me he had a truck and a car. You can get all kinds of them because it's the same as anything. You can if you're a real human being, you can buy a truck and do, you know, off-road racing and all that kind of stuff. So it's the same thing with the RCs. You can do boat races, you can do race car races, you can do off-road races.
Boat races would be cool, especially if you could have like a little gun or a cannon where you could shoot other boats, try to sink them.
How is it? Just like you see in the movies, as the goes.
You sank my battleship.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Lance with a dating tip: never eat chili on a date night. That's probably a good idea.
Gomez Adams would love that. A real life man. That would be what they should do in another Adams Family movie.
Look at this.
You should have like an actual setup for Battleship.
Pete the Rebel. He pumped his own gas in New Jersey.
Oh, damn. Got away with it.
Joey Vibes. What's going on? Oh, wait, you were here earlier, Joey.
Yes.
I remember commenting on your cool little avatar with the wizard.
Me too. That was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Sinclair was the last station we had in the area that pumped your own gas. Remember Sinclair, the big green dinosaur? Is that all over the country, or is it just
Yeah, it was in other areas.
Thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's someone or someplace, I don't know if it's out in Missouri or somewhere close by, a Sinclair station that had just this enormous green dinosaur out front.
No.
Basically, it was almost like, life size. It was so big.
Like Pee Wee Herman.
They still pump your own gas out here for extra at one gas station. There was a gas station. I don't know if they still do it, but it was in a really nice area too, and they would pump your gas. But man, the upcharge for it was ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, and you figure if you're in a ritzy area, they'll tip you, hopefully. So,
Oregon's has banned pump your own gas. Why?
Since
you think people are capable?
That's before Back to the Future. Wow. I don't know. The tough part about it is you wonder if these days, if you have those moments where you're like, are they taking advantage of me somehow? Or, we're going to do this because we can kind of short you a little bit. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just one of those things.
Sister accidentally kicked me in the balls walking into the kitchen yesterday.
Wow.
I hate when that happens.
Is she from Ferris Bueller? What?
We don't have a Buc-ee's here in town, do we?
No, we don't.
What do we
I've
have?
never heard of it.
Wally's World or
we
whatever?
We have the Wally's now.
Is that just the one in Fenton?
I think so. Yeah. Yep. I had a student ask me if I'd been there before. I'm like, so interesting.
A sliver of mountain time in Oregon. That would suck to.
That is weird.
Be in that situation.
Oh.
It's a temporary hold. Is it still going on?
I'd have to ask my buddy.
What does COVID have to do with pumping your own gas?
Germs, they're all over.
Oh, apparently Joey's comment, I guess the kick in the balls, I guess that got blocked. I didn't even see it. Pete released it. Thanks for doing it, Pete. I didn't even notice it.
Getting my air mover cleaned. An air move? What's an air mover?
I don't know. I know what an air bender is.
I know. or do we? It depends on what you watch, whether or not you know what an air
bald
is.
Kid with that arrow on his head. That was I like that cartoon.
Oh, I loved it. I own it. I had it on regular DVD, and then I got a really good price on it on Blu-ray, so I bought it that way and gave the DVD to my son.
Man, the chat is just hopping. I can't even keep up. My gosh.
Yeah, I know. Close to okay.
Oh, man, these people that are close to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo is awesome.
Oh yeah, you should
You guys can
definitely
just do
go.
a quick drive over there.
Yeah. Did you kick her back?
They banned in Oregon because lines were too long at gas stations.
Oh, yes. Oh, I totally get. Oh, wow. People were sniffing the fumes.
Oh, you had me to the end there.
I was gassed.
I'm Ballistic Coffee Boys in Mountain Time.
Yeah, and I remember my mom, I'm sorry you were doing that.
Oh, Wally says, I haven't even been to Wally's yet. My wife's been there.
We should make a trip there. We'll do a video trip.
I love Wawa. I've heard good things about that. I think, isn't that out east? More East Coast?
I do love those places though, where they have, especially when they have some cheap stuff, like cheap DVDs or something. Oh, and who wasn't I thought of Pete the other day because I popped into a Dollar General the other day and started looking at their Blu-rays and DVDs in there. Because that's where he found Speed Racer on Blu-ray. He found it in a place like that for $5. I think $5. It was cheap. Might not have been $5. He can tell us. This out there. St. Louis and a quick trip to Uranus yesterday. Yes.
Oh, wait. So Flow Ride, you're in Missouri?
No, yeah. If you're this close, I'm going to be upset that you don't come in.
I had no idea. I've yet to stop at Uranus.
Talking about St. Louis and a quick trip to Uranus yesterday. So hopefully you come out here. I know he wouldn't not get a hold of me if he was coming out here.
There's a Sinclair 2 blocks from me.
Wow. Yeah. See, there you go. How much is the gas there, Mike?
Wawa is another gas station, but I think it's mainly East Coast.
Oh man,
definitely east of us.
Oh Mike, did you already put this up? If you can fart around corners, it's a skill that's hard to develop. To which Lance Jennings says that is a talent.
You know what you could do if you're in the place, elevator?
So
take a big old fart in the elevator as you're getting out, and then send it up. Let it be a little surprise for somebody.
That's what they call vertical crop dusting.
Wawa is a Philly thing.
Oh, sorry.
It's a Ritzy 7-Eleven.
A Ritzy 7-Eleven. Is that possible? That's like saying a Ritzy Waffle House. Maybe that's what Denny's is a Ritzy Waffle House. Or is that
I'm so confused. Flow Ride's in Los Angeles.
Yes. Yep. He actually drove me by when I was visiting out there. He actually drove me by. Well, he and I went to go meet up with Niels Losauer. That's what we were doing out there.
Oh, nice.
But what was I going to say?
Gas around $5.
Okay. All right. Well, that's $5. I mean, that's not great, but I mean, it's not as much as I thought it was going to be. So, Jeff, look at that. Look at his message there. That is one of my big pet peeves.
Whose?
In advertising is when they make the $sign the same size as the number or bigger. You see how it's bigger? Oh. You ever see commercials like for grocery stores and it's like the price and then it's got this huge $sign? I'm like,
yeah, it's always weird because
you
don't.
Jeff and I both worked in the advertising business at a newspaper, and I never would leave it that big. It just doesn't allow space for your numbers. It's kind of silly. Not restaurant or sandwich roll.
Two people in the elevator, somebody farts, everybody knows who. Have you seen that
yes,
progressive commercial with the teaching people how not to be their parents on that elevator? I just love the elevator when the guy looks at the woman who's got an Eiffel Tower on her shirt and he looks and goes, "Bonjour."
Let's not do that.
That was terrible. Let's try this again.
That one does kill me. Oh, I hate it.
IHOP is a ritzy Denny. IHOP is a sticky Denny's, or maybe a stickier Denny's. I don't know.
So that's what we ought to do is we should come up with the stack, right? We should come up with those kind of stacks. You know, what is at the bottom and what's at the top, and then what goes in between. How do you make your way from this to the Ritz, to the penthouse of gas stations? The penthouse of the gas stations would be all naked.
If you're gonna fart in the elevator, the key to it is to do it is as the doors are opening, just let it loose, then just walk right out. Time that door closes, it's too late. They're stuck.
Press every floor button like on Elf. Oh, it's like a Christmas tree.
What's the coffee boy worked at an IHOP?
My God, BCB, I'm telling you, you have to give us a list. We want a list.
Yes.
That way I can look at it and go, yes, that was an 88.
We'll do a bracket show of all your jobs.
Yes. That'd be great. Great idea. I don't know if anybody else is into this, but we're doing a bracket show about BCB's jobs.
Gas is $2.75. What the?
Yeah, we're
what
close.
Is gas here? I don't even know.
It's anywhere from 303 to that.
All right.
I saw 277 yesterday when I was driving home. It's hit or miss, and I don't know why. Well, I don't know what constitutes the hit or miss. If anybody knows why, by my house it's 303, and then I can go down south. Is it because it's closer to the?
I think it changes depending on location, like if you're close to a highway or not.
I guess, or what it costs them to have.
Yeah.
You know what your taxes are in that area. Maybe I don't know.
Casey, we'll be drinking at restaurants and the bar at the hotel at the Portland Gaming Retro Gaming Expo.
From
I'll
Chicago.
be moving down to Florida from Chicago.
Last year visiting, I would stop at Wawa morning, afternoon, evening. Wow. You know, Sparks, I guess they go to the gentleman from Sparks they go to the same shop every day and they have breakfast every day. That's a part of their routine in order to stay on track with writing and recording and all that stuff, is to keep a routine.
Kurt, I've not had this happen to me, but I'm thinking maybe you did. Since it popped up.
I know. I have never done that.
Denny's versus Waffle House doesn't matter at 2 a.m.
And yes, stack it up like pancakes.
See, here you got to throw in White Castle if you're going to do a late night meal, because that's a classic.
You know what we would call that bracket? We'd call it, well, you can't do that anymore, can you? You know, we used to be able to talk about all the different places that are open late. But like I said, playing gigs now is kind of a nightmare. You only have a certain amount of choices on places you can eat at 2 a.m. And,
oh my gosh, I forgot about Perkins. Wow.
Yeah, Perkins.
They still
Perkins
exist?
Pie. Gotta love Perkins Pie. They have one of those, I think, down in Springfield still. I worked 13 years in Starbucks for 13. Wow.
Apparently 13 years and that's it. That's his cutoff.
Oh, he figures he gets the unlucky point and then it's like done.
Ah, that's cheating.
What?
Buying it at Costco. That's always much cheaper.
It is. It is. But that's where I go to Sam's. $4.99 in Los Angeles. Yep.
That's what's cheap has been a while, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even know where there's a Denny's around me anymore. It's been so long since I've been to a Denny's.
No, I would say probably the nearest one to you is it could be by the one by me. That could be the nearest one to you. Because there's another one over there, and there's out in St. Peter's, and
Oof.
if anybody is going to O'Fallon, Missouri this Saturday night, I'll be there playing. Place called Dog Prairie.
Not much around here for IHOP or Denny's. Basically, I get there so regular. I still like them both. Lost a shoe
at Denny's once? How the hell did you do that? Were you drunk?
That's all right. They just put it on the next plate. Moons over my hammy. Customer didn't even notice.
It's our new serving bowl.
They changed the White Castle frozen sliders.
Oh, they're frozen. Oh, they changed the frozen sliders.
Yeah, like at the grocery stores. I've never had those.
See, that's what happens. They make them really popular. They get popular, and then they cheapen them, and they're no good anymore.
Yeah, I can't eat those because you got to have them fresh where it's still steamy, and the meat and the bun is fused together.
It's like sex.
We have Percos.
Can you hear the crickets? It's got to be hot and steamy.
Do you all remember Sambo's? Oh, yeah. We had a Sambo's here in town.
Yep. Yeah. I remember all the artwork. I remember all the
artwork. There was cartoon artwork of the little kid all around.
The storyline was up on the wall. Yeah. Yeah. What's one of the coolest things you've ever seen in a restaurant like that? One of the things I like, I'll give you an example, is our Dairy Queen had the train that goes around up on top.
Oh, that's cool.
And a button you can push and make it go woo woo.
Oh, there's a gas station, I think was it Fulton, Missouri? Not gas station, a McDonald's. And it's got this humongous shark tank in there.
Oh my.
With sharks just swimming all over the place. It's pretty neat.
Deep. That's pretty cool. I was just talking about a shark tank today.
Come on. I thought when Casey wrote we have a Percos, I thought it was a typo for Perkins.
No,
I've never heard of Percos.
It's his own thing.
Huh.
Kip's Big Boy. We had big boys, but I didn't know anything about
restaurant. I remember we used to have a restaurant called Big Boys. It was pretty far out, but it was family style, where they just bring you bowls of food.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you don't get everyone doesn't get their own plate dinner. It's like here's a bowl of mashed potatoes and a bowl of meatloaf or corn or whatever, and everyone just kind of passes it around.
Yeah, we just had a not so awesome experience with a favorite place that does that back home. Within walking distance, we could have gone to IHOP when I was there. Damn, Red Lobster and Applebee's. We got to go to Red Lobster. I have a gift card. I need to take Christine to there. The damn shoe got stuck to the floor. So what do you mean stuck to the floor?
I think Pete just set us up for a joke there.
I think he's just drunk.
Moon's over my hammy. That's a classic one.
That's a classic. Like it ranks right up there with the Knack.
Fresh and fruity. What the heck's the rest of that?
Sambo's, because that's not racist. My IHOP career was waiting on Chuck Norris, sharing a cigarette with Blondie. Good Lord.
I feel like Melissa Coffee Boy has the best stories. We should have him back just to tell stories like this.
Yeah, but we're going to have to write them down, and then we'll write them down, email us, and then we'll just pick 5 and let's go with those tonight.
No White Castle. Yeah, that's right. White Castles is what? Midwest and East?
Hey.
And if you go south, then you get what's the fake White Castle down south? Crystals.
Oh, Crystals. Yeah. Yep. One of the best bars in Clearwater. Oh, Clearwater is Hogan's.
There was a Sambo's in Bangor up by Pete.
Yeah.
Change the Sam. Change the oh.
That's pretty cool. That's where I went. We went there on our honeymoon to Clearwater.
I can't remember what our Sambos turned into here.
Well, I mean, didn't they go to Denny's in the Midwest?
I don't remember.
I think that's what happened because they look. I mean, they were very much in that same style. I thought.
Yeah, I think King of Sea. I think that's what I'm talking about. I think
Yeah.
it's got this big aquarium. I mean, it's pretty darn big too.
So we went.
Oh yeah, Ramen Tay. Aren't they the ones that have the Voltron stuff?
Oh wow!
There's some Asian restaurant here in town where it's Voltron everywhere.
Holy crap!
Posters, action figures. The staff was wearing Voltron shirts.
Jeez whiz!
It's just so strange. It was like, what is this? What does this have to do with Voltron? No, I went and talked to somebody. They said the owner is a big Voltron fan.
Well, that would be like us. I mean, we'd have a jukebox and the majority of music in it would be the Knack. And oh, hey, and I found a new band that you would like. I got to remember who it is. I'll get back to you on it.
I have 80 jobs. And I could talk about 2 hours.
For 10 years. Last 3. Oh, yeah. Okay. Or more. Okay. Wow. Spawn's Kid. Wow. Wow. I'm old. You wish.
Not as old as us.
Not as old as us.
Brian.
And I'm the oldest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's a different place. This other ramen place. I know a lot of people that are used to White Castle don't like crystals. I like crystals. It's pretty good. I like White Castle better. But.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that style. Oh, Lums, nice.
Oh yeah, Sambo's became a gas station. That's right. Hulk Hogan owns a bar Thursdays. He's there karaoke now. Really?
Shut up.
I just saw his. Isn't it called Hogan's Hangout? I think. I was just watching a documentary with him. They kept showing this restaurant or whatever of his.
Yeah, I think he was saying that it's just he had it as just Hogan's, but Albuquerque is Barelas Coffee Shop.
I've never been to New Mexico.
I have. When I was a kid, we went there because we would always go to Arizona.
Yeah, Burger Chef here was replaced with Hardee's.
Mm-hmm.
Was Sambo's really? Is that really on the restricted list?
I think Sambo's turned into a Pizza Hut, then a gas station after. Interesting. Shipley's Donuts in Texas, the best since my child. Well, here we go. Who's got the best donut shop? So for all your different areas, whenever Jeff and I go on tour, tell us what your favorite donut shop is, because we're both Wayne's World fans. And
Lance has everything out there. He used to have a Mean Gene burger.
Wow.
He sells Shakey's out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hogan's Hangout.
There you go. There you go.
I don't think Hogan's sick. I think he's just in a lot of pain from all the wear and tear from wrestling so long. I know he's got a bad spine because his finishing move, he would jump up in the air and do a leg drop and he'd land on his tailbone every time. Well, you do that for 30 years, man. He said his spine is all messed up.
I just think about all that stuff and I'm like, why do people do that? I'm like, that's just.
Well, it's kind of funny because he was thinking if he'd go back, he would just. I think he said he'd just do the sleeper hold as his finisher instead of that, because sleeper hold doesn't hurt you at all.
Right. It's like John Bon Jovi saying, if I could do it all again, I wouldn't write that step up at the end of the why can't I say what I'm on? The modulation at the end of Living on a Prayer. It's like that's tough when you're doing it live.
I feel like
2 movies here.
I feel like they film a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we used to go to Tucson, which is where they used to do High Chaparral.
There's a beach shop, literally a few stores down. Midtown Market. What is that? Wait a minute. Midtown Market. Why does that sound familiar? What is that?
I don't know, but is that where they have the best donuts here?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I
There.
think it was the best ice cream.
Oh. You have a
Ooh,
handles in your
handle.
name.
That sounds very familiar.
Wow.
I've only been to Ohio once. I don't.
Tends to forget.
I don't think I've had that there.
Why? What did I say?
We've got a lot of pricey donut shops like in the city.
Yeah, we have like strange donuts and
Vincent Van Gogh donuts or something.
Yeah,
they charge like $5 for a donut. I'm like,
no.
I just need a cake donut with some icing on it. That's all I need. I don't need it loaded with weird stuff.
I'll tell you what, when you come to St. Louis, just go to Tony's Donuts. They'll be our official non-sponsor sponsor tonight.
Krispy Kreme is very sweet.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme is that's just, I don't even want to know why it's so good. BCB says they also had the Netflix studio there.
Makita's Donut. It was highlighted in Wayne's World.
I still want to know what I said that makes it seem like I forget that you have a wife and kids.
My uncle met Mick Foley once. Wow.
Wow.
That's cool.
Can't stand Dunkin', says BCB. I just like their coffee sometimes. So Midtown Market has good donuts and baked goods.
Why?
Yeah.
Why am I drawing a blank here? If I've been there, Midtown Market.
I don't know.
I don't even know where that is.
BCB says they've been to Voodoo's in Portland. It wasn't good. See, it's all that. I mean, it depends on what you're looking to get.
Randy's Donuts.
Is that the one is that the one your family went to?
Yeah.
Yeah. That Iron Man was sitting on the donut. Midtown Market in St. Charles used to be IGA. There are good donuts out there at supermarket. And then if you want to go hang out, you can hang out at the grocery store like Schnucks, and you can get cheap donuts at 7:00.
Just stake out the bakery at 7:00.
I've never been there at that time, but I've thought about going there and doing that because I love donuts. And then you put them in the freezer. But also I think about doing that just to people watch and see who shows up at that time. And it's everything in that case. So they do have pretzels in there too. So if there's any pretzels left, you get those at half price. So what's cool?
Hit the like button.
What's cool when I was down in Clearwater, last year, you would see Hulk Hogan all the time driving a golf cart.
The Hulkster. There you go. Please give us a like.
Please.
For the love of God. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Let the man watch your grandmother.
Let's see where.
The Hurley boy.
Wait a minute. If we're talking, I embarrassed myself once by. Well, that's nothing to be embarrassed about.
How did you do that?
Yeah, what was your approach?
Oh, now I'm forgetting that you're married and have kids. Okay, that I get, but at this point, so are you. So it's okay.
Well, not for my own knowledge. I'm just curious how he approached.
I just want to know what the.
And I'm guessing it was a no since he was embarrassed.
I still remember an embarrassing moment too. The bumps in the ring.
Yeah, Mick Foley looks like he's gonna be in bad shape soon.
So we have an Orbit Donuts that Lance is talking about. San Clemente called Surfin' Donuts. What about donuts that have cereal on them?
I don't like that.
Oh, we're going on tour.
We're going on tour.
Hey, lots of people take their families when they go on tour. So
with Stuart.
And there's Mike. Was that Mike?
Hey, Michael Hayes.
What's up? Oh man.
Michael Hayes. Speaking of wrestling, Michael Hayes is a very famous wrestling name. He's part of the Freebirds.
Really?
Yeah.
And speaking of Freebird, we just lost Gary Rossington.
I don't know who that is.
Guitar player from Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I heard he was the last original member.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. You know,
they've
local
even lost.
Oh,
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish that thought because
they've even lost members who weren't original members, like Huey Thomason. I met Huey Thomason a couple of times. He was from the Outlaws, and he was a part of Lynyrd Skynyrd for a few years. And I went backstage with my buddy, and we were going to go in and talk with Ricky Medlock and one of their drummers. And just as we walked through the door, I ended up dropping stuff because just as we walked through the door, there's Gary Rossington. I about bumped right into him, and I'm like, "Whoa, hey, hi, sorry," and I'm dropping shit. And so I had a chance to say hello to him, and I think I probably had him sign something. Maybe, probably not.
Oh, thanks, Michael. Yeah, I'll be doing more. The Playdate just opened their store up with several new games, so that'll be cool. Appreciate it.
Joey wants to know if Lance is related to Waylon Jennings, who was the one who did what?
What?
Right? Gave up their seat for the plane that went down.
I think it's a dispute. I've heard so many different. I've heard him talk about it. I've heard other people that were there talk about it. I've heard several different stories. I don't even know what the truth is. I mean, that's the one story that you always hear. Waylon Jennings, gave up. I think like Buddy Holly paid him extra money or something.
Yeah. Because he was sick and didn't want to ride in the bus.
Well, that whole tour, they said it was miserable. They were up north. They said it was like below freezing the entire time. They were on a bus with no heat.
That's ridiculous.
They just said they were miserable. Anyone else craving burgers and donuts?
So, here it is. There it is. I'm craving a burger and donuts, or the burger. What is it? The Gaffigan used to talk about that, the donut ham hamburger. I just walked to her and said, "How are you doing?" Oh no, she just said,
"Oh wait a minute." Okay.
How are you? To which I paused and then responded, I really didn't think this through. That's Mike. That's my buddy. That's it.
Oh, he was doing so well. She even responded and asked him a question.
Right.
And then
I really didn't think this through.
And then came up snake eyes after that. Oh. Wait, how long ago was that? Was that in her what's that show she was on? I keep thinking Baywatch, but it's the high school show. What the hell was the name of that?
What?
Her show.
I don't know.
The one where they were in School of Screech.
Oh, Saved by the Bell?
Yeah, was that Saved by the Bell days or 90210 days or more recently?
Not knowing Gary Rossington banished to Hoboken, New Jersey. So there you go, Jeff. You're banished to Hoboken, New Jersey. Well, at least they'll pump your gas.
Not knowing him. I don't know anything about music, so
don't go there, Jeff. Is that like the Siberia of the United States?
Hoboken. It's a fun sounding name.
Yeah, Hoboken.
Although it's got hobo in it, so maybe you don't want to go there.
Well, all right.
Oh, Long Johns. We went to Florida. I think it was Florida. And I asked for some Long Johns, and she just stared at me like I was a lunatic. And I was like, those right there, I don't even know what they were called. They were called something else, but they didn't call them Long Johns. So I was like, okay, I didn't know Long Johns was a regional term.
No doubt. Well, it's kind of like soda, right? Some people call it soda. Some people call it pop. Some people call it Coke. I'll take a Coke. What kind of Coke do you want?
Crazy Atlanta people.
I'll take a Pepsi.
There's still a Mr. Donut around? Oh,
Really? Shut your mouth. We're going. Road trip.
So it was in 2007. I think she was
Okay.
done with 90210 by then.
She was on Saved by the Bell and 90210.
Yeah, she's had a couple of other shows that I don't even remember.
Is she the brunette?
She also had her own cooking show on the Cooking Channel.
Wow.
Which I loved. I used to watch that a lot.
Well, she's always cooking.
She was what she would do is she would invite like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 of her celebrity friends over. And apparently she's really into cooking, and they would sit around, cook, and talk. And it was a pretty good show.
Doesn't matter. She was hot. So she's like Gaffigan talking about Halle Berry. He's like, I just lose the plot as soon as she hits the screen. Wait, what was going on? Oh, well, yeah. Is it around? Oh, shoot.
I'm getting an anti-East Coast vibe. What did we say?
From all the way at the West Coast. Oh, Sinatra's from Hoboken. Well, that makes it fine. You know, my buddy was in a Bon Jovi. He was in a Bon Jovi tribute band, and he played down in Texas, and they had a gig in Texas, and actually John Bon Jovi was there in the audience. And he said I got to meet him later, and I think the band was Slippery When Wet, and he goes, it's kind of like meeting the Sinatra of rock and roll. And I told this story to my friend Guy, and he goes, well, yeah, he goes, Sinatra can't sing either. I was like, damn, that's cold-hearted. It's funny. Eclairs. Do you like eclairs?
Long Johns are also underwear. You're right. Gotta make sure you're eating one and wearing the other.
So is that a bad pickup line? Hey, I got a Long John in my Long John. Oh, you're from Florida? You don't get that. Okay, never mind. I have an eclair in my Long Johns. Does that mean anything? No, because it's warm weather, you dummy. They don't know what Long Johns are.
You know what they call Long Johns at Krispy Kreme? Although they don't even sell them here anymore. They call them iced bars.
Iced bars? What the hell is that? God, that sounds good. I'll have an iced bar, please. That doesn't sound good.
Wait, what did I miss in the chat? There's an anti-East Coast vibe. What's going on?
Oh man. Best true. That guy that wound up being the lead singer for Journey. Oh yeah, well, that's a good one. Well, I don't know though. I would probably have to match that with Ripper Owens, who was in the movie Rockstar was loosely based on that situation where Rob Halford left Judas Priest and they got a tribute band singer. Ripper Owens was from a tribute band in Ohio called British Steel. And they hired him to do the singing, and he ended up doing three albums total. He did 2 studio albums and a live album, which really kept him on the map in a better way than Blaze Bayley ever did for Iron Maiden. Ooshi mama. Oh,
the hell's happening?
So, but Ripper went on after Rob came back. Ripper went on to work with all kinds of cool people. He's the last thing that I know he did the KK Downing album, which I had on Hammer Away. Me and Dan talked about that one night.
We're actually caught up on chat, man. It took
I took a
an
while,
hour
right?
and 10 minutes to get caught up on chat.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and you know what? Speaking of East Coast and West Coast, that was a great song by Joe Perry, but Joe Perry Project from Aerosmith.
Long Johns versus iced bars.
The iced bars. I'm
Iced
serious. What the hell?
That's a terrible name for a donut. I mean, it sounds like an ice cream product, does it?
It does. It does not sound iced bars. That's just, I don't know. I have a friend of mine, and she does love chocolate, but when she likes a white iced Long John. So I think I gave her a brownie one day, and then I realized, I said to her later, I'm like,
don't make us put you in a timeout, Flora. I've got an ice bar at Long John's.
And I kind of apologized. I go, wait a minute, you don't like chocolate? She goes, no, I like chocolate. I just like a white iced Long John. I'm like, that's adorable. It's kind of interesting how people's, Arnell Pineda. Amazing documentary. Don't Stop Believing. Everman's Turn. Yeah. It's
so Pete doesn't know about Long Johns, but Lance does.
What the hell is a Long John? Well, what do you call them? It's a raised long donut. Yeah,
it's not cake though. It's
a raised, like a glazed donut.
Like a glazed donut, but
then it has, it has frost. It's either glazed or it has frosting, either white, chocolate, or caramel. Or donut sticks. Well, that's even better. I mean, that's better than iced bars.
Yeah, but a Long John's not a stick. It's more like a club.
I can't play baseball with a donut stick. And eclair isn't right. Doesn't eclair have something in it? Right?
I don't know. I just eat cake donuts.
Well, but you don't like raised donuts?
They're fine. I prefer the denseness of the cake donut though.
Oh, well, then you need to try.
I like Long Johns. They're fine, but and glazed, they're okay. But if there's a cake donut, I'll take that.
I'll tell you what. Are you working from home a lot now?
No, not at all.
Not at all?
Well, Fridays, that's it.
Okay, Friday. All right, then. I'm on spring break coming up, and on Friday, I'll bring over Tony's Donuts.
Tony's Donuts.
You make a coffee, I'll bring the donuts.
Yeah, I've had Tony's Donuts. They're out on
There's 2 of them. There's actually 3 of them, but they can't seem to get that third one open yet. I think they're still trying to get enough people in there. I mean, that's the other thing too lately with fast food, with any restaurant things, is just trying to get a staff that'll stay. Mike Flowright, he works in a hospital setting. And Mike, are you short-staffed still in these days, or what's going on? That's what I'd be eager to know, because I was just talking with we had a friend of my son came into town, and a friend of his lives 45 minutes from JD, and his boyfriend works in the hospital industry and says that they're really shorthanded. Well, I think he works at Johns Hopkins.
All right, here you go. Long Johns, a bar-shaped yeast risen. The term Long John is used in the Midwest and Canada. Pete, why don't you know this? So Midwest and Canada, and has been used in Texas. That's weird. And other parts of the United States and Canada, such as Mid-Atlantic and Central Canada, Long Johns are sometimes called eclairs.
That just doesn't seem right. But I guess
it says on the West Coast in British Columbia, Long Johns are called bars or bar donuts.
Bar donuts. That sounds like a bad thing. We're barring donuts. That doesn't sound right.
Just call them Long John's people.
Long John's. Can we get on a united front here? They're Long John's people.
You know, you grow up calling those donuts Long Johns, you don't really think of the confusion between Long John underwear and Long John donuts.
Although,
because we called those, those long underwear, we call them Long Johns as well. So
to pay extra for that, Pete.
Pete just threw out a John Holmes reference. He said he's tired and he's hoping for a timeout.
It sounds like email. Yeah, it's yeah, that third one is they're trying to get started. It's all done. It used to be an old QT. And
remember when Tim Hortons came here?
Yes.
Briefly?
Yeah, there was one right by my school.
One guy owned them all.
Yeah.
Tim Hortons pissed them off. And he goes, all right, I'm shutting them all down. And he did. Boop. The buildings are brand new. There was one in the city that I went to. It was brand new, and he just shut it down.
Wow.
He must have a lot of dough.
So yeah, they're short staffed every day, he says.
It's like the at donut shop in Jennings. We need your dough. I always love that. I always love that slogan. We need your dough.
We need your dough.
Brilliant.
Oh, bear claws are good. They're in the best Weird Al song.
Use Canada. That narrows it down to 3 million square miles. But only 200 people.
So yeah, you should know that in that whole huge area of everybody's the same up there. Long Johns can be chocolate covered or caramel. Covered. Also no filling or with filling. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, there's no filling in them.
So do you like do you like any of them? Any donut with a filling in it?
Cream filled.
Okay, but do you like the white cream or do you like the pudding kind of cream?
No, the custard? No, I don't
custard,
like that.
Yeah.
No, I like it's the icing filling, basically.
Okay. All right. I've been notorious for running shorthanded since Noah was his name. He is still his name. Was saying that a lot of times people go there to Johns Hopkins just to get it on their resume, and then they leave. You know, French sweeties are great. What is that?
No, what the?
Eclair is a $5 Long John. Do you like cannolis?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
I've tried them in so many different places because they look delicious.
They do.
And every time I eat it, I was like, I don't like it.
No, I don't either.
I've tried it several places. Not like I just went once and that was it.
Yep.
I've even tried it from a place where people are like, oh, they got the best cannolis ever. And I've tried it and like, okay. I guess I just don't like them.
There's a sharp line. If 7-Eleven are open 24 hours a day, then why do they have door locks?
Well, remember, Denny's used to not have locks.
Is that right?
They closed on Christmas for the first time. Was it like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
And they literally had to put locks on all their doors.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Long Johns and a pair of Long Johns is nuts. D's nuts.
Oh.
Hide those eclairs from that one dude's sister who can kick you. Oh, shoot. Apple fritters. You like that?
No. We're talking donuts, by the way, Saboteur. Bring your fritter nonsense.
That's the beautiful way Jeff shuts things down. Just we don't even have Long Johns here. Hardly any donut shops in northern. What is that? Why can't I even think of what that is?
Where?
Oh, New Mexico, northern New Mexico. Mostly in southern New Mexico near Texas. It's more Texan down there. Yeah. And they do them big there. Do they do big donuts in Texas? They do everything big in Texas.
All they have are Long Johns.
That's
That's all
longer
they
Johns.
serve.
We don't have Long Johns here. We have longer Johns because they are longer.
You know, I've been to Arkansas several times. I think I remember reading about that. We've never tried it though.
Yeah, I haven't either.
It just didn't sound appealing. Although you said it's great, so maybe I'll try it next time.
Because you are a Spud boy.
Spud.
We are Devo fans.
I just heard going into work, Uncontrollable Urge was on the radio. I almost fell out of my car.
What?
It was
Like
on
on
New Wave
Sirius
on
radio or
Sirius XM.
Yeah.
Which is weird because they usually only play 80s music, but you can make a case for Devo for that.
And now, evidently, there is something wrong with us. We don't like cannolis.
I can't help it. Every time I try one, I'm like, it's just not that good.
No.
I always feel like it's too much pastry and not enough filling.
Yes. And I always look at the pastry and I'm like, that looks really good. And it just never is.
They look delicious.
Yeah.
It looks like something I would love, but
this is like super dry with something that's not really wet. It's fluffy. And I'm like,
your Walmart's lock everything up behind plexiglass?
Everything?
Even the workers.
Sorry, I'd have restocked, but I was locked in again.
Cannolis are fantastic as long as you don't get kicked in the cannolis. I would agree with the second part.
I'm going to go with that any day. No kicking the cannolis. I lost a shoe.
That's the new joke here on GoGameGo. They all start with, I lost a shoe.
Where'd you lose a shoe? That's another one of our bracket nights. Where did you lose a shoe? Where would you lose a shoe? You know what we haven't had on this show in a long time? The cackle. I think we are missing.
I went to my office instead of being out there.
D's nuts. Hey. Rodney Dangerfield and Joe Pesci walk up.
Open 23
hours. What was that?
I don't know what that movie is.
Oh, Easy Money. Yes. Open 23 hours.
A cannoli is not a donut.
No, it is not a donut. We're kicking the Jimmy for not liking cannolis. Well, we would have to have theirs. Maybe we just haven't had the right one. I don't know.
Could be, although I've tried several.
Me too. Because it's exactly like you said, Jeff, and it's exactly what people get when we're talking about them, and why people are like, "Why don't you like that?" Because it looks amazing.
Yes, the cream-filled horns. My grandma, every week when she'd go to the grocery store here, she'd get a little packet that had, I think, like 3 of them.
Yes.
And she'd eat them. I didn't like those either. It kind of was like the cannoli thing all over again. It was too much pastry, not enough cream.
Did she bring them and then you didn't eat them? And did you tell her you didn't like them?
Well, no, she bought them for herself, and I tried one once, and I was like, eh.
I got you. Until she knocked it out of your hand. Like, did
you ever see Everybody Loves Raymond? There was a cannoli incident in one of the episodes. There was a little boy that was over, and he took Raymond's last cannoli, and Raymond was trying to get it back from him. And the kid takes a bun by him, and he goes, "Ew, that's disgusting." He throws it right in the trash. One bite, and he throws it away.
So it's not just us. It was in a show. Oh, man.
Here come the cream-filled horn jokes.
And here's one more of these.
I lost a shoe at Bucky's one. Yes, Rodney Dangerfield was brilliant. Triple Lindy.
Oh, man.
Caddyshack. It was so good. Oh, it looks good on you, though.
You think that was Pesci's first movie? I'd be interested in knowing if that's correct. my clothes. I can't come home.
Am I the only one that voted for Back to School on the 80s movies?
Yes.
That one just cracks me up.
I mean, I don't know if
Triple Indy. Hey, wait, there used to be. Remember, there was a guy that used to come in here every so often named Triple Indy.
Yeah,
He'd come into our
absolutely.
chat. I wonder what happened to him.
I don't know.
He got tired of us.
Maybe their shoe got stuck somewhere and they're still trying to get out.
Yeah. His shoe got stuck. He'll be back.
Sorry, I'm late by a couple of months, but I was trying to get my shoe back.
You know, speaking of shoes popping off, you ever see, like, I watch these shows on ID Network all the time, someone's killed or something, and I've seen several stories where someone was hit by a car, and almost every time their shoes pop off.
Oh,
you get hit so hard by a car, for some reason your shoes just go boo, flying off. That's how hard you get hit. You get knocked right out of your shoes.
He dated Angie Everhart. Now, why don't I know who that is? I should.
Who, Angie Everhart?
Yeah.
I didn't get to vote. Wait, vote for what? In our last bracket, the 80s bracket?
In the last bracket.
Yeah. Yeah. Triple Lindy unsubscribe. He had enough.
Went to lunch at Denny's and is still trying to crawl his way out.
Denny's and IHOP have the stickiest tables ever. I remember last time I went to an IHOP, it's been a long time. The napkin was stuck to the table. I'm like, oh my God. Come on, people.
That's gross. They should just give you like wipes right there at the table in case they didn't do a good job.
Wipes on it. I'll do it. I'll clean it off.
Yeah, I want to. Well, it's like Gaffigan. It's Gaffigan night, evidently. Some of my favorite things. What he said.
Ronnie Dangerfield. When he said he goes both ways, I thought he meant number one and number
two. Good.
Oh
man.
Remember the Parkmore? Remember the Parkmore across from Esquire Theater?
Yeah.
I used to call it the Denny's.
What'd you call it?
The Denny's.
The Denny's.
Everyone always bragged about it, and I went there and I was like, this is just like a
It is
fancy Denny's. Not even fancy, just like a Denny's with a different name.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, the show is, look at that. We got 3 minutes left.
Oh,
we can talk about anything.
That is crazy.
We went an hour and a half. I'll talk about anything. We're just reading.
I know. And I didn't even snack on anything. I had a Lion bar I could have had. Ooh. Or hot tamales.
Hot tamales.
So I order hot tamales on Amazon, right? It was $12 and something for a box of 12. So I'm like, perfect. That's cheaper than the dollar store. And they just come to my house. So then I was at Dollar General the other day, and they had a little, a 12 box with 6 left in it. So I just grabbed the whole box and took it to the counter.
All right, you confuse people. What's a Lion bar?
What is a Lion bar? The Lion bar.
Now, one place you're not going to see the Lion bar is in our Candy Wars episode, that bracket show. Did not make the bracket.
I was very sad.
It's delicious, though.
I was very sad. Yeah,
it's a Canadian candy.
Well, it's a Nestle candy. I first had it in. I'm trying to remember if I first had it in Ireland or England, but all I know is it must have been Ireland, because I bought it again when I went to England. So that's what it is, but it's really good. It's one of my new all-time favorites. They were a pretty good price on Amazon, so I went ahead and bought it. I'm trying to see where it does a description of it.
Oh, BCB, I'm with you. Kit Kat and Reese's, I love those.
Kit Kats and Reese's, yes. What about Reese's Pieces?
Terrible. Plus another reason not to like the movie E.T.
A Lion Bar is the most wonderful, chocolatey, amazing candy bar that no one but Stu has heard of. Oh, Ireland and leprechauns. Smart ass. Pete. You know I love you, Pete. I love you like a brother. You bastard.
Candy of the 80s will never see again. Candy cigarettes.
Candy cigarettes.
I have seen them at like these specialty stores. I guess people still make old stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you're not going to see it at your local grocery store.
What I thought was silly is when they started changing the names to like dinosaur bones.
Yeah. Why am I putting that in my mouth? I get the cigarette part.
But it doesn't even look like a dinosaur bone.
No.
It's just a long stick of white chalky crap. It's like, what the? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Oh, wait, Reese's Pieces. I'll eat them if somebody offers me some. You know what you do, Melissa? You get it. Well, I'm baking cookies. Probably a few tonight, and I'm going to bake more tomorrow. But I would put Reese's Pieces in a peanut butter cookie. I'm a peanut butter on peanut butter kind of guy.
You got peanut butter in my peanut butter. See, Jeff Probst knows what's going on. You can't smoke a dinosaur bone.
No, you can't. You can't. You remember we used to get them and you'd have them in the winter and you'd be like,
candy gum cigarettes. Is that a thing?
Yes. Yes.
Remember Big League Chew?
Yes.
It was
I still make that.
Did they take any reference away from tobacco?
Yeah, I don't know.
Chewing tobacco?
Yeah, I don't know. Popeye candy sticks here now.
I don't know what a Popeye candy stick is.
One end is no longer dyed red. Yeah, I remember that. That's right. They used to do the little. Yeah. Some packages looked like the real thing they did.
Lucky Strike.
Lucky Strike.
You've got peanut butter in my trout.
Is the trout in your Long Johns?
Yeah, Lance. They still make a few of those candies that I think it's just very limited.
Yeah.
That
Charles.
and there's some other ones they make too that are.
Yeah. You can get Charles chips at there at Cracker Barrel.
The Holy Trinity: Reese's, Dr. Pepper, and Zesty Doritos.
Oh.
Eep.
That's a recipe for death.
Yeah.
You can smoke anything. True.
Including a dinosaur bone.
Or if you're Keith Richards, you can snort your father's ashes.
Oh, I'm completely missed out on the Popeye cigarettes. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I don't know that I know those either.
Hey, Mega Mike. Big League Chew.
Big League Chew.
I liked those when I was a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that I ever bought that much.
I want an Abba Dabba bar.
Abba Dabba bar. I want a marathon bar.
Oh, those are good.
Awesome.
All right. It's time to go. We're past time. Pete's getting cranky. Go.
There's another bracket. The top 32 reasons to leave the show. Whatever it is, it's going to end up going up against Papa Pete is cranky.
Oh my goodness, we still got people. Comments still coming in.
I know. I love.
I think this was like the greatest show of all time for all of our comments here. My gosh, so much participation. It's like the best thing ever.
Who knew this was going to be the GOAT?
All right, guys. We'll see you next Wednesday. I've got a Nintendo/Atari video coming out tomorrow. Although I got to play the game. Actually, I got to get the game first because it releases tomorrow. Caverns of Mars. That looks like it's going to be fun. And we'll see you guys later. Stay chocolatey. Hit the like button. How long can once we sign off? How long can people just keep talking in live chat? I wonder.
I think I don't know. Is it a couple of minutes? It always seems like there's a couple that pop in.
Let's find out tonight. Keep on talking in the live chat. I'm curious how long it can go.
Yeah, we'll see. Pete, can you hop on at all when we're backstage? That'd be great.
All right, we'll see you guys.
See you guys. Have a great rest of the week and have a great weekend. And we'll see you next week.